Hello students, the next theory point in our unit number 2 of a turbo machine subject, that is impulse water turbines, is we will cover now design aspects of a Pelton wheel, the design procedure and the design formulae of a Pelton wheel turbine. The following points should be considered while designing a Pelton wheel. The first is the velocity of jet. Okay. Now it is a fact that due to friction loss in the nozzle, the actual velocity of jet at the inlet of turbine, so that is V1 actual, will be slightly less than the theoretical velocity, that is V1 theoretical, that is equal to root 2gh, equal to root of 2gh. It will be slightly less than theoretical velocity produced by the nozzle. Okay, theoretical velocity is V1 theoretical, that is equal to root of, this is actually root of 2gh. So actual velocity will be less than theoretical velocity. Why? Because of friction loss in the nozzle. So the actual velocity of jet at the inlet of turbine is given by a formula V1 equal to Cv into square root of 2 into g into h. Here Cv means the coefficient of velocity for the nozzle, and this term will take into account the frictional loss that occurs only in the nozzle. The range of Cv for a Pelton wheel is 0.97 to 0.99. Okay, and capital H means the net head on the Pelton wheel at the inlet of turbine. So remember, V1 equal to Cv into root 2gh. Here left hand side V1 is nothing but it is actual velocity of flow that is striking the Pelton wheel impulse turbine. Next is velocity of the wheel. So as the jet strikes on the wheel will start rotating. So therefore the peripheral velocity, tangential velocity, circumferential velocity of the wheel small u is given by a formula u is equal to ku into square root of 2 into g into h. Here ku means speed ratio. Okay, and speed ratio is nothing but is defined as a ratio of peripheral linear velocity of buckets to the denominator theoretical spouting velocity of the jet. Speed ratio is defined as a ratio of a peripheral velocity of buckets, that is tangential velocity of a bucket divided by theoretical velocity of the jet, that is root 2gh. Now theoretical velocity of jet is also known as spouting velocity. Okay, unique term, spouting velocity. So therefore the peripheral velocity u is equal to speed ratio into theoretical velocity of the jet, root 2gh. The value of speed ratio concept varies from 0.43 to 0.47. In an ideal case, the Pelton turbine will have maximum efficiency when the value of speed ratio is 0.5. Okay, this we have seen in the derivation. That was the condition for maximum hydraulic efficiency of a Pelton wheel. U was equal to 0.5 into V1. Okay, half of velocity of the jet. Next is angle of deflection of the jet over a Pelton wheel bucket. So that is given by 180 minus phi. 180 minus phi. Phi is the vane angle at the outlet, bucket angle at the outlet. if the angle of deflection of the jet through the bucket, if it is taken as 165 degree, if there is no angle of deflection given in a numerical, okay, you can safely assume it to be 165 degree. We know very well the angle of deflection in a Pelton bucket varies in the range of 160 to somewhere 165 or 170 degree, right? The mean diameter of the wheel, capital D, can be calculated by using a formula U is equal to pi dn by 60. Okay, mean diameter, or it is also known as pitch circle diameter, capital D, of a Pelton wheel. So D is equal to 60 into U divided by pi into n. Next is the concept of jet ratio, M, denoted by M, jet ratio. It is defined as a ratio of the pitch diameter, capital D, of a Pelton wheel to the diameter of the jet, small d, produced by the nozzle, denoted by small m, and it is a ratio, jet ratio M is equal to capital D upon small d. The value of jet ratio lies in the range of 11 to 16, okay, for a maximum hydraulic efficiency. But in practice, the jet ratio is normally adapted as 12. Generally, it is taken as 12. That corresponds to maximum hydraulic efficiency. The range is 11 to 16. Next is number of jets in a given Pelton wheel. It's given by letter N, denoted by letter N. It is defined, it is obtained by dividing the total water flow rate through the Pelton turbine, that is capital Q, by the denominator water flow rate through a single jet, that is small q. So the number of jets required for a particular Pelton turbine, small n, is nothing but ratio of a capital Q, that is the total water flow rate, divided by the flow rate per jet, that is small q, capital Q divided by small q. Now ordinarily a Pelton turbine has a one jet, okay, most of the time. However, a number of jets may be employed for providing more power with the same turbine. For developing more power with the same given turbine, one can go for more number of jets along the periphery of a Pelton wheel. Such a turbine is called as multi-jet Pelton wheel. Multiple jet Pelton wheel, multi-jet Pelton wheel. So theoretically, 6 number of jets can be used at equidistance along the periphery of one Pelton turbine. Okay, this is theoretically possible, but in practice, normally maximum 4 jets are employed on a Pelton turbine, which is installed with vertical axis. Okay, and 2 number of jets are employed for a small capacity Pelton turbine with the horizontal position of axis. Okay, 2 jets are used. Then we have number of buckets given by letter Z, capital Z. The number of buckets for a Pelton wheel should be such that the jet is always completely intercepted by the buckets, so that the volumetric efficiency of the Pelton turbine should be very close to unity, right? So there should not be more number of buckets, too much more number of buckets, otherwise the jet will not strike on one bucket at a time, right? Also there should not be too less number of buckets. That will also lead to direct leakage loss, and that will reduce the volumetric efficiency of the Pelton turbine. So the number of buckets is given by a empirical relation z is equal to 15 plus capital D upon 2 times small d. Okay. So here capital D means the pitch circle diameter of Pelton turbine, small d is diameter of the jet, and 15 is the minimum number of buckets for a given Pelton turbine. Okay, this is the empirical formula. So Z is equal to 15 plus 0.5 m. Okay, so these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 formulae are to be referred while designing a Pelton wheel turbine. In our numericals on this unit number 2, that is impulse water turbines, we generally have the numerical for designing of a Pelton turbine for a given situation, for a given hydroelectric power plant data. Okay. Also, second type of numericals are to find the various performance parameters like the different efficiency terms, the calculation of a force, the calculation of a work done by the water on the Pelton turbine. So there are those two types of numericals in this Pelton turbine, that is unit number 2. Okay, thank you.